Hi there folks, welcome to the round 2 of the Australasian Superskips. We're coming to you live tonight from Road Atlanta, and your commentary team tonight is myself, Bernie Weemers, and Kevin Henderson. Welcome Kevin, it's going to be another exciting night of open wheeler action.
I'm sure it is, Bernie. We've got an absolutely outstanding field of drivers here tonight. Some really big international names. I'm sure it's going to be, and a fantastic track for it too. I'm sure it's going to be a great.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to cover in the next 8 minutes while they're qualifying. We've got a total of 32 drivers joining us tonight, and they've come from all over the world. We've got quite a few big names. You can see at the moment Sami Toikala from Finland. He's joined us tonight, and if we go down further, we've got Fahim Antonidis joining us from the UK and Ireland. Tim Hendrickson, of course, he's a regular from Benelux. Matthew Woolett drives for Pure Motorsport from UK and Ireland. He's brought his teammate Gordon Ramsay along tonight as well. And of course we've got Håkon Grebstad. He's another regular from Scandinavia. And I'm just going down the rest of the list. Roman Sajka from Diach has joined us. And that's about, here's another one, Christian Asmay. I've not heard of him, Kevin, from Central Eastern Europe, has decided to come and have a run as well.
He's a new name to me too, Bernie. We've also got Kane Halliburton from UK and Ireland. He's another very quick driver, and Timu from Finland. Yeah, it's an outstanding field, a great international field, not to mention some great Australian drivers in the field as well.
Yeah.
Likes of Sam and Luke and Alex and Timothy Gorkrocher. They're all good fast drivers.
Yeah, there's a lot of Aussies in there and New Zealanders as well, and we're going to go through those very shortly. But let's have a look at the point score at the moment. After one round, sorry it didn't get telecast, I was actually quite ill that round, but looking at the results after round 1, the win went to Benny Simonson, and then Fahim Antonidis came second, Mick Watson third, fourth was Håkon Grebstad, and rounding out your top 5 of that race was Luke Whitten. So if we have a look at the points, Benny Simonson, he leads by 2 points, so he's sitting on 30 with Fahim Antonidis on 28, Mick Watson is on 24, Håkon 22, and Luke Whitten is sitting there on 20. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up tonight.
It certainly will, Bernie. Very interesting indeed. I was just looking at the qualifying results, and Luke needs to do something. He's about mid-pack at this stage.
And we've also got a number of people streaming tonight, folks, if you're interested in checking that out. I'll just get the right one up. There we go. So the first one we've got streaming tonight is Sam Katakazinos from Sam Katakazinos Racing. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see it's Twitch TV, Sam Katakazinos Racing. So you can go and check him out as he does this event tonight. We've also got Alex McKellar from the Top Split. So Top Split TV is also live streaming tonight as well, and his stream's getting quite a following. And then we've also got Matthew Woolett. He's streaming from UK and Ireland. He represents Pure Motorsport, and you can find him MWOOLLETT. So it's Matthew Woolett. But what you can do, folks, if you are inclined, leave the broadcast up, bring up the other streams, turn down their volume if you want, and simulcast it, and I think you'll have a good time.
Yes, there's certainly plenty to watch tonight, Bernie. Plenty for the keep the viewers entertained.
Yeah, definitely. So let's have a look at our race information tonight, folks. So the weather out here, 38 degrees Celsius. It's a hot one, isn't it? 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So the guys are definitely going to be feeling it out there tonight.
Yeah, so it's going to make the track a little bit slippery. Great little track that this is. It's not a little track, but a great track to drive. It's a little bit technical. We really just need to get it right to get a fast lap.
Yeah, and if we look at the qualifying standings at the moment, your top 10, we've got Semi Toikala. He's set the fastest time for provisional pole, 1:35.150. Timu Vascalampi, he's sitting in second at the moment on a 1:35.304. Fahim Antonidis sitting in third with a 1:35.370. Then the first of the Aussies, Sam Katakazinos, with a 1:35.415, and rounding out your top 5 is Kane Halliburton on a 1:35.456. But if we have a look, the top 10, they're all separated by probably about 4/10 of a second.
Yeah, there's not much in it at all, Bernie. There's some very fast international drivers out there tonight. The Aussie boys are going to have their work cut out for them, but I'm sure they'll put in a good showing for themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And there's another one streaming tonight, and that's twitch.tv/OSMIA. So there's another one, folks, you can add to your list. So it's amazing, isn't it? The live streaming has really taken off in the sim racing world, and it offers the viewers a heck of a lot of different ways to view races.
It certainly does, Bernie. It's nearly like the real stuff on telly with the in-car cameras all over the track. People with plenty of options to see how their favourite race is doing.
Yeah, so 2 minutes and 41 seconds of qualifying left here. We can see Mick Watson from the UK. He's out on a flyer at the moment, and he's sitting at the moment right on the bubble. He's sitting in 11th position, and we'll bring up his qualifying lap here so we can see if he can improve. Of course, his fastest lap was, let's bring that up as well. His fastest lap, 1:35.669. He's only got to improve by 5 thousandths of a second, and he will pip Russell Clark off in the top 10 here. So we can see him coming around now onto the back straight here. Looks like he's got a good run. He's also got a good toe, and the car in front of him, I think that's 76. Just trying to find out who that is. Might be 78, sorry, it is Mark Turner.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Mick's managed to knock Russell off there. It's certainly, they're all going hell for leather, mate. I'm just running around with Fahim, and he's certainly got the hammer down. I've lost him off my time charts, folks.
So we can see now Mick Watson coming through. It's going to be close. Is he going to improve? No, he doesn't. He comes across 1:35.981, so he does not improve.
It's the one in. If they've already made a start, they might get one more lap in. I'm just still sitting here with Fahim. I've lost him off my timesheets, but I'm not sure what's happened there. Perhaps he's had a
I've got
internet
him.
glitch.
I've got him up now. He's just coming through 10B across the top now, and he's so far 1:31. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. 1:36.018. So yeah, well off the pace there in his final flying lap. But we've also got Hakon Grebstad out there. He's currently sitting in 5th, and there's a huge train. I can see Alex McKellar on the back of it. We've also got Hakon Grebstad now swinging out to try to get a run as they go 3 wide into 10A, 10B, and he's backed out of it. But Alex McKellar, he's on a flyer, and we'll see if we can pick him up. He's currently 1:28, so he's sitting 20th, so he really needs to improve his time. Fastest time was a 1:36.184 as he comes across the line, and he did a 1:36.137 was his last time, so he does not improve. So that's the end of qualifying, folks. So let's bring up the final grid positions here so you can see where your favourite driver will be starting tonight. So Semi Toykala will be starting on pole position with a 1:35.006. He will be joined on the front row by Timu Vaskalampi. In the second row we have Fahim Antonidis and Sam Katakuzinos. Starting out of the third row tonight is Hakon Grebstad and Kane Halliburton. Out of seventh is Tim Hendrickson, and he's joined on the grid by Tim Gaukridger. Luke Whitten will start out of ninth, Russell Clark out of 10th, Mick Watson, he's going to start out of 11th tonight, with Matt Woolett starting out of 12th.
13 brings in Jared Marks, 14th is Roman Sharker, 15th Matt Hobbs, 16th Gordon Ramsay, 17th Mick Gray, the old stager, 18th is Mark Turner, 19th Scott Newton 2, and 20th gives us actually, unfortunately Alex has just dropped out of the top 20, or have I got my numbers wrong?
No, you got it right. He's just been pushed down to 21st.
Yeah. Bolt's in 22nd.
Yep.
Aaron
Jury, he's going to start out of 23rd tonight. Nathan Kong will start out of 24th. Out of 25th, we have Les Peck, then Peter Goodwin in 26th. Mark Jeffrey, he's going to start out of 27th. Christian Asmay will start out of 28th. 29th tonight, Anthony Moore. Out of 30th, we have Rick Davis. Starting out of 31st is Tim Awima, and then rounding out your field of 32 is Darren Lesu. And we've just had another paper handed to us, and that is Timu Vaskalampi. He's also streaming tonight. So if you want to have a look at his stream, it's twitch.tv ZAURAKKI. So I think we've got about 6 drivers at least that I know of streaming tonight.
We've got a virtual river of streamers, you could say, Bernie.
We could.
Sorry, people.
Oh, dearie me. You got the Jad joke in before I did, so well done on that. So we're just waiting for the guys now to grid up, and we can see Matt Woolett there. He's joined the grid. Russell Clark for Milo Racing also out there. Fahim, he's sitting there expectantly waiting for the rest of the field, and as they start streaming in, streaming in, and
yes, I did, Ben.
So it should be quite an exciting race. What do you reckon?
I reckon that was a creaky joke. Sorry. No, it should be an outstanding race. This first time up over the hill, if we can get through that without any drama, it would be an outstanding effort by the boys. I know the drivers up in front, all very, very good drivers. I'm sure they'll all be on their best behaviour, but the field this size, it's going to be lively.
It definitely is. 32 drivers, that's an awesome turnout, isn't it? And the Skip Barber Racing, it just goes from strength to strength. And there's another one, AJ Racing's also streaming in VR, and so is Matt Woolett, so he's streaming in VR as well. So if you ever wondered what it looks like from a driver's perspective in virtual reality, go and check those streams out. But the way I'm cross-advertising here, we're going to have no viewers whatsoever watching us.
Bernie, how could they resist our dulcet tones? Huh?
Oh, exactly right. What a great way to end the week off, but listening to both of us talk.
Rubbish.
So we can see them all now just getting ready for the start here of round 2 of the Australasian Superskips, coming to you from Road Atlanta. Now it's interesting, 26 laps folks, but they do have to make a mandatory stop for fuel. They're only fueled for 60% at the start of the race. So the revs are rising now, and we're away here at Road Atlanta. Let's bring up straight away your race standings so we can see Fahim Antonidos. He has taken, well, let's wait a minute. Boy, it takes a while for this to sort itself out. It looks like Semi Toykala's taken the lead.
Yeah, Semi jumped from pole. They're pretty well sitting as they started up over the hill at the front for the first time. They're doing a great job getting through there. We don't seem to have any dramas at all back here. It's like the whole field's going to make it through.
Oh, there's one car that just got a bit of a serve, and that was the 105, and they've pulled over. That's Anthony Moore, and it looks like he's got suspension damage, would you believe? Didn't look like a hard hit, but it was enough to break that suspension.
It doesn't take a lot in these skippies. This run down the back straight for the first time should be outstanding with the first three drivers. We've got there Femi, Timu and Fahim all getting a little breakaway to start with at the beginning there.
Yeah, and we're riding with Timu now. You can see that slipstream taking hold. He swings out to take the lead, and we're going to see a lot of this slipstreaming action, because I tell you what, the skippies are slipstream fiends, one could say. They just slipstream so well, don't they?
They certainly do, Bernie. They certainly do. I think these front boys might be playing a bit and working together to try and get a bit of a break on the rest of the field. They've already, front three have opened up a little gap, and front five have certainly opened up a gap to the rest of the field.
Yeah, and then there's a big battle here between Tim Gaukridger and Tim Hendrickson. They're fighting for 7th and 8th. Luke Whitten sitting right behind this battle in 9th position. So those two are going at it as well. And see now Tim Hendrickson closing on Gaukridger. They've got Hakon Grebstad they're reeling in at a great rate of knots. Sam Katakazinos, he's sitting in 4th, just on the back of this train, and he's having a great race. And I tell you what, he's been coming up to form, hasn't he, in the last 3 or so weeks?
Sam certainly has been showing some form lately. He's in the box seat here, you've got to say. If he can hang on with these boys, he's in a really good position to get a great result here. I know we've got a long way to go, but the further this race goes, the more the cream will rise to the top, I think. Yeah,
I'd say so, and we'll see how the internationals go. But at the moment, we've got 3 of them up front, but Sam's keeping up with them here. You can see him slipstreaming, going up the back straight. They're going to come down to 10A, 10B in a moment, but Fahim and Sammy are going side by side with Timu sitting in the back here, and here goes Sam closing right up. Now he's going to have to be a little mindful here, won't he, because of the ping will probably be quite different between what he's getting on the Australian server and what the international drivers will be getting.
Yeah, there certainly will be a bit of ping issues there, but he's in the box lead, as I said. We seem to have got two packs at the front here. We've got the front pack, which we've been through. Then we've got the we could call it the battle of the Aussies with Tim and the 2 Tims. That won't take on, not so many Aussies. Luke and Mick Watson all sitting there in the next group. If they work together, they might be able to pull in the front pack. It all depends on what the front pack will do. If they want to fight or if they want to just get this break and make it happen.
Yeah, well, that's the key, isn't it? As we see Hakon Grebstad running very wide out there, and could hear a screech of tyres in the background, but everyone comes over the top in one piece. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's the key with this, isn't it? Is not to fight. Especially if you're in that second pack, you need to work together to try to break that slipstream. But that's exactly what the front pack are doing at the moment. They're all line astern here as they come back down the back straight once more, and 24 laps remaining. You can see now Sebi taking the lead here. Fahim is going to tuck in behind him. You can see they just don't fight. They just let him through, tuck back in and resume business as usual. And we can see there Sam still sitting in 4th, 5th, Kane, and then Tim Hendrickson's now got past Tim Gaukridger, and he will be trying to push forward here.
I think Tim let Tim by there, working together. He just sort of left the door open there a bit and let him take advantage of the draft. Here he comes back up the front straight. It looks like he's not going to play nice after all.
Yeah, so it looked like Tim Hendrickson got a slower run there off that final corner, and you can just hear him there lifting. He's got Hakon Grebstad behind him, looking further down the field. We can see another battle pack forming here. That's Matt Hobbs leading that. We've got Mark Turner, Mick Gray's in there. Scott Newton sitting in 15th, and then Roman Sashka, he's sitting in 16th position. Looking at the cars that have been in trouble, well, Alex McKellar, he's been in the wars. He's just coming out of the pits now, so I'm not sure what happened to him. Matthew Woollett, our other streamer, has also had to come into the pits to take service. Nathan Kong, he had to get that car towed, but he's back out there. Anthony Moore also had to get his car repaired after he broke that suspension. And then we've got Rick Davis. He's 1 lap down, and he's also had to get that car towed to the pits.
Yeah, we've had developments up the front too, Bernie. Sam's dropped right back into the clutches of the two Tims, and it's dropped off the pace. Kane's also seems to be falling back into the grip of these two. I think Sam and Kane must have had a bit of a battle at some stage, and they've lost the front three. It's being swallowed up.
Yeah, we'll jump back and see if we can work out what's happened here. And he's already off the pace here, so something must have happened to Sam in the S's, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it might have been coming onto the front straight. I'm not sure, but by the time they got to the S's, Sam was well out of the game.
Yeah, we're just having a look here as he went through the first corner there. He went really wide, and there was nearly contact. That's exactly what happened. He just missed the apex on turn 1 there and went wide and had to back out of it, and that dropped him off the front pack.
Yeah, this might work well, Bernie. The front three have sort of put a bit of distance between each other, and with Kane on the front of this following pack, Kane's a very fast driver. He may be able to pull them up. In fact, I think they are starting to pull a bit on the...
yeah, he's just about...
on Timu there.
Yeah, he's just about breached that gap, hasn't he? And as soon as he does, as we're riding with him, there's probably about 5 car lengths. But if Kane can breach that, he will tow the rest of the field up. And we'll just have a look behind us, and we can see right behind him is Tim Gaukricher. So we'll see what happens here. It'll be interesting to see if we get a big battle pack of, say, 8 cars, but they're definitely on the march here. And looking back here, Tim Hendrickson and Sam Katakazinos, they are on the back of this second train, and so is Hakon Grebstad. So it's getting the top 8 are starting to form a battle pack, as we see now. Hakon having a look on the inside of Sam Katakazinos, and what's Sam going to do here? 2 wide through turn 1. As they come up to the S's, they're going to have to sort this out because it doesn't work that well. Yeah, Sam's just tucked in behind Hakon there and let him press forward.
Yeah, Sam, I think, just needs to settle down and get his rhythm back. He's gone from sitting pretty to the back of the front train. I hear the chat on the radio that Sam and Fahim are working together there. They're trying to break the draft. But team is hanging on, and Kane, I think it's probably pretty much holding station at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see how they go.
Yeah, and down here in 22nd is Russell Clark. Now, I spoke to Russell before the broadcast. He's actually driving with an injury tonight. He's hurt his knee, he said, so he didn't feel like he was going to be that competitive. But at least he's out there having a go. The other bit of news we had was Alex John couldn't join us tonight because he's actually struck down with the flu. So that's definitely going around, and I think you've got a touch of that as well.
Yeah, I had it earlier in the week, Bernie. I'm on the mend now, just at the tail end of it. But when it kicks you, it kicks you. It's a hell of a flu going around this year. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. Kane's managed to get up onto the back of Timu here, and he seems to have dropped the other guys off. They just haven't got the pace to go with him.
Yeah, and looking at the pace they're doing, the last lap, Fahim Antonides did a 1:35.803, and so they're in the high 1:35s at the moment, folks. Looking at the fastest lap, that goes to Hakon Grebstad, and that's a 1:35.114.
Yeah, they're certainly getting a move on out there. Hakon, with the benefit of the toe there, is putting in some pretty good times. I'm just looking to see there's a back marker there doing the right thing, getting well out of the way. But good work to that driver there. But hello, Tim scored onto the back of Kane now, so it's all starting to come together. It looks like he's at front. He's got a bit of a gap on everyone. I'm not sure how that happened unless Sammy's made a little mistake somewhere.
Yeah, that's Fahim. It could have been that back marker, but we can see here he's basically in the toe, but he's lifting. So he's happy to sit behind Kane at the moment and not fight for that position. And we'll see that a little bit, won't we, where the drivers will sit in there, try to save a little bit of fuel, and of course that's going to reduce the amount of pit stops time they've got to do, because of course that's going to play another part in it, is how long the pits take.
That's exactly right, Bernie. You can save a bit of fuel. The less time you spend standing still, the better off you are. I think this is sort of falling apart here for Sam and Fahim. Sammy's fallen back into the clutches of the pack, and they're on the charge. They're after Fahim. He's out on his own isolated. I think they'll really get pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, we're looking at Sammy here. Sammy's actually got rear wing damage, so he's had a coming together, which could explain how far him got a bit of a gap. But they're starting to press on now and try to close that gap. We're riding with Timu Vaskalampi from Finland at the moment, and Timu's had some... he's had some pretty good races, I guess. I was thinking about Ewa Noralampi. Ewa hasn't had many good races in the skip. He's had problems with the net code and the high ping.
Yeah, it's always a problem with internet racing. All you can do is do your best. There's not much you can do about it, unfortunately. This front group is certainly... they've dropped Sam off, which is a shame. Sam was going so well early in the race. He just doesn't seem to have the qualifying pace that he had to be able to go with these boys. He's a bit isolated. Up the front, I'm sure Sam will runs it wide over the hill. Maybe Sam's trying a little too hard.
Yeah. So if we look at our top 10 as they stand at the moment, folks, we've got Fahim Antonides. He is leading the way. Sammy Toikala is second. Timu Vaskalampi third. Kane Halliburton sits in fourth. Tim Gaukrich fifth. Tim Hendrickson sixth. Hakon Grebstad seventh. Sam Katakuzinos is sitting in eighth. Mick Watson ninth. And Matt Hobbs, he rounds out our top 10.
And just behind them is a great little four-car battle between Matt Hobbs, Mick Gray and Mark Turner and Roman Shaka. They've got a good little battle going on here, having a good race amongst themselves. No doubt enjoying it very much. And of course Mick, as usual, is plugging away there and making up places and putting in a good result.
Yeah, well, Mick's down here in 11th at the moment. We can see him on the screen. He's trying to catch up to Matt Hobbs, and then Mark Turner and Roman Sajka, I think that's how we pronounce it, sitting in 13th. And looking further down, who else have we got battling down here? Matt Woolett at the moment. He's down in 23rd and by himself. There doesn't seem to be many more battles. Scott Newton, no, they're all pretty much spread out here. And then Alex McKellar down in 26 at the moment. Expect he may come up through the field though, because of these guys up the back have already made the pit stops, and that is Luke Whitten. He's stopped. Matt Woolett stopped. Jared Marks, Scott Newton, Alex McKellar, Ashley Work, Russell Clark, Tim Awima and Anthony Moore. So those ones have all pitted. The average time they're taking here is around about anywhere from 6.5 seconds up to around about 12.2 seconds. So there's a lot to play for there. But it'll be interesting to see how these guys come up through the field when the rest of them start to take their stops.
Yeah, it will be. Sometimes getting an early stop in and getting a bit of clean air and running your own race can be helpful. I was just going back through the field here and I was looking at Christian's paint scheme. Outstanding, I must say. It's a fantastic looking car.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it at the moment.
He's back in 20th, man.
Oh, Christian. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's nice rainbow painted paint scheme there. And of course, if anyone's going to spot a great paint job, it'll be yourself, won't it, Kevin?
Oh, I'm a fan of a good paint job, Bernie. It's always like asked.
No,
Luke's on the charge. He's just rounded up Darren Lesser. He's got popped himself up into 21st. No, he's trying to make a comeback. I'm not sure if he had did he have an incident early on in the race that we missed?
No, he's taken a very early pit stop, so he's got the pit stop out of the way. If we look at his lap times, his last lap of 1:35.858. Our race leader for him did a 1:35.896. So when these guys pit, I'd expect to see Luke up here, and at the moment I'm trying to get a gap how far down he is from these guys. He's 33 seconds down from the lead. So I reckon when they come in, he's going to be all over them.
Yeah, you will be right there, Bernie, depending on how their pit stops go. He was a bit behind them when he did come in, and they're setting a cracking pace out the front. We've still got a lovely little 6 or 7 car battle up the fronties. The usual suspects we've had from the beginning. And yeah, they're setting a cracking pace, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly are, and we're riding with Kane Halliburton here from the UK. He's up 2 positions from where he started. He's actually now trying to get in the slipstream, or he's in the slipstream of Teemu Vaskalampi here. And it's interesting, he's decided he's not going to tuck right up under him. Now he is, but we can see Sammy and Fahim have just swapped positions once more. Then we've got Teemu, then we've got Kane, who we're riding with, and right behind Kane is Tim Gaukricher and Hakon Grebstad.
Yeah, they all seem to be working together pretty well. Fahim and Sammy seem to have entered into a bit of a partnership. They're controlling the race from the front. Boys behind are doing all they can, but they're not really putting much of a dent in them. Yeah, I must say the quality of racing's been, considering the size of the field on this track, we've had very few incidents and no real serious ones.
Yeah, it's been really good.
This is a track that can catch you out and throw you into the fence.
Yeah.
You just make a little mistake in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's I quite like this track, as we see Tim Hendrickson, not sure what he's doing. He was just wobbling a bit, checking his steering, I think, and he's battling it out here with Hakon and just trying to stay on the back of them. So you can see him just skidding through there, and of course Tim's from Benelux, but he spends a lot of his time in the Australian-New Zealand skippy community, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Yeah, I was just listening to a bit of chat over the radio. They must have had a little coming together. Hakon was asking if they made contact, so perhaps it was a little bit of a touch there.
Yeah, that might be why Tim was just checking his steering there, and 15 laps remaining here at Road Atlanta. As they come through again, the top 4 have pretty much settled down at the moment, and they're playing very nicely together, but that will change as these laps tick down. You can see further back Tim Hendrickson there. He's the last one on this lead back. Then we've got Mick Watson, Sam Katakazinos. They're both trying to tow each other up here. You can see Sam, he's just having a look on the side inside of Mick, but he doesn't really want to fight for that position because he knows their only chance is to tow themselves up. Mick Gray, he's on the front of the 3rd battle pack. He's with Matt Hobbs, Roman Sashka, and Mark Turner is the last one there, as we saw Roman throw a heap of rocks up as he went through the top of the S's there.
Yeah, it's a good little fight going on here. I'm sure they're enjoying themselves mightily. I think Mick has probably got the major ear. He's seemed to work his way through this mob, and he's got out in front. We'll see what he can do with it. Their lap time's a little off. They are the leading guys, but that's only to be expected.
Yeah, and a few more guys have just joined us on the stream. Welcome, guys. Daniel, it's a 26 lap race. We've got 14 laps remaining here, so we're not really even halfway at this point, just about halfway through in a couple of laps. Oh, one more lap, really.
It's still anyone's race out of the front group. On this track, if you're in that front pack towards the end, then you're always in with a chance. And we've still got Luke to turns out after the pit stops with Luke coming through.
Yeah, we're looking right behind on Fahim's gearbox cam here. We can see Sammy just made a move there, and Timu, they were going side by side, but they're having a battle. Timu's also got quite a bit of wing damage on his car.
Yeah, he does seem to have a bit of damage on that car too. Kane would be my smoky here. He might just be sitting there biding his time, loading around, not making any moves, and just doing his own thing.
Yeah, we just had news about Russell Clark. He's down here in 27th. He's dropped 17 positions, and we were saying earlier he's running with a sore knee, but he's had a bit of a problem in T5 here, and he's having a rough night of it.
That's a bit unfortunate. They'll teach him to go outside. Probably to go outside to hurt his knee. So.
Yeah. But at the moment up front, we can see Fahim still leading Sammy. Timu's starting to get a bit racy, as is Kane Halliburton. And then we've got Tim now and Hakon. They've jumped onto the back of this great big train. Tim Hendrickson almost has breached that gap. He's probably about 4 car lengths behind. But I reckon we'll see him on that train soon, and then it'll be up to 7 battling it out for the win here so far.
Yeah, it looks that way, although the two at the front, as I said, they seem to be controlling the race from the front, but knowing Timu, he won't be happy to sit back there for too much longer.
No, and the gap from Luke Whitten is coming down. It was 33 seconds. It's down now to 32.45 seconds. Sounds like a heck of a lot, but he's the first of the guys that have pitted, and he did a very fast pit stop, 8.8 seconds. So once those front guys come into the pits, I would suspect Luke will be on their back somewhere. If he's not in the middle of this, he'll be very close to this battle pack.
He's given it a bit of a hurry up. I just watched him drifted into turn 1 there. Beautifully done. And it is a corner where actually the fastest way through there is just to drift it in a little bit. And so he's not mucking about. He's got the foot down.
Yeah, he's an exciting driver, isn't he? And he's been doing a bit of racing again in the 2K Cup. And he really enjoys his skippy racing, as once again he hangs the back out here. We'll see how he goes down to second, throws it through the corner and up onto the back straight.
Meanwhile up the front, Timu's jumped Sammy to second place, and someone's dived into the pits. 2 of them dived in. One of them is Tim Hendrickson.
And Tim Galcrutcher.
Tim Galcrutcher, yeah. And Sammy's gone, no, that's enough of that. Oh, I'm taking second place back. And oh no, he's gone. Sammy's in the fence. Bang, ruined it completely. And he's taken Timu with him. Timu's managed to keep it off the fence, but that's going to pop back in 4th place. Way off the pace now. So up the front we got Fahim, Kane and Hakon. And Sammy's well behind them. Not Sammy, sorry, Timu's well behind them.
We're just having a look at this replay now. Sammy had a look on the inside there. Oh, it's a bit clumsy, wasn't it? And he's hit the wheel there of Timu, and then he's gone, as you said, straight into the fence. Timu Vascalampi, he also went, and he sort of gathered it up. But I tell you what, I think the 2 Tims came in at the right time, or else they might have been on the back of this incident.
Yeah, I think they might have done well there. Apparently Sammy seems to think that Timu's giving him a bit of a punt in the rear there, but that's not the way I saw it. I thought he just got in there and got it loose, and couldn't correct it in time. Yeah,
well, that's the way I saw it as well. Was he'd gone in there, got a bit loose, and just tapped with his front wheel there. I don't think Timu had anything to do with that incident whatsoever, but we can see at the moment, if we look at where the two Tims came out, Tim Gaukricher is just in front of Luke Whitten here, and then we've got Luke just 2 car lengths behind. I'm trying to see Tim Hendrickson. He's way down at the moment. He's down just behind Matt Woolett, sitting in 17th, so that gap is quite significant. So looking at his pit stops though, he did exactly the same stop as Tim Gaukricher.
Oh, that's unusual. He must have had a bit of a mix-up coming out there and maybe ran it off the track a little bit. It'll work to Luke's advantage to have a playmate here. If they can work together, it'll help close the gap to the front 3.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to get into a fight. He wants to keep on pumping out those times. And once again, Luke's last lap time was a 1:35.766 compared to the leader Fahim, 1:35.823. That gap now is down to 32.52 seconds. So he wants to keep on plugging away here and not get caught up in other people's battles.
Yeah, but if him and Tim can work together, if they can make it work, though, you know, if you get 2 guys working together, you can make up half a second or so around this track.
Yeah, and I tell you what, looking at Mark Jeffrey out there, you've got another competitor for a nice paint design. His is very much like yours, but I reckon better.
I'll have to have a look at that. Mine's just one I threw to go. It's my first real effort doing the paint job, but I got Mum's kitchen curtains from the 1970s and threw them on the car. Oh yeah, that is a very nice car. I've seen that one before. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, and someone was asking about the guy running the VR stream, and we'll cross to that now, folks, so you can get the that thing. So it's go.twitch.tv. M Woolett is the man you want to go and have a look at, and he's streaming in VR, and I'm sure you'll enjoy having a look at that as well.
Meanwhile, we've got Roman and Matt into the pits, one after the other, and it looks like Matt's jumped in there by a long way, but out of the pits much faster. Roman's still sitting there and Matt's in pit exiting away.
Just trying to work out which Matt you're talking about here.
Oh, Matt Hobbs, sorry.
Okay, great. Yeah, I can see he's just come out behind Scott Newton and Jared Marks there, and he rejoins in 17th position. His stop was 9.7 seconds. Now, we've also had a bit of news about Alex McKellar. Just trying to find out where he is on the track at the moment. He's in 19th. He pitted early, but he's now feeling that he is he's 2 laps short of fuel. So he's most likely going to have to bring that back in again.
Oh, that's a shame for him. Yeah, he's just out there behind Mick Gray. Mick must have pitted as well. He's dropped back to 19th.
Mick Gray, yes he did. He stopped. 11.2 seconds was his stop. Now looking at Alex, he did a 9-second stop, and there's some guys like Luke Whitten did an 8.8. So if he's short of fuel, what's going to happen to the other guys? Are they going to be short as well?
I think so. We might have to get down there and check the nozzles on those fuel lines, Bern.
Yeah, well, you need a bit of exercise. You can go down and check them.
Yeah, right. I'll wander down the pits and have a look, mate.
Yeah. You can see now we're riding on the back of Håkon Grebstad here from Scandinavia, still in 3rd. And, of course, that incident, it broke apart our huge battle pack here. We've only got 3 of them. Oh, as Kane just gets it up on the ripple strip and gets it a bit loose, that's going to give Håkon a good run on him here. And we'll see if he wants to take that position. I think he does, as he swings to the inside.
Yeah, Fame seems to have the measure of these two, doesn't he? They're not making any impression on him. Oh, Kane's held him out there. Whether Hakon's just rolled out of it or not, I'm not sure, but Kane's held him out.
Yeah, I think what happened was Hakon jumped out of the slipstream too early, and he didn't get that toe, that slingshot effect, and they just sort of equalises. Now we see Hakon coming into the pits. This is going to tell us exactly where Luke Whitten will come into this equation. He's now 31.5 seconds down from the leader, so we'll keep an eye on this, I think.
Yeah, I'm just riding with Luke now. He's coming into the chicane at the bottom of the hill. I think he could do quite well out of this, depending on how Hakon's stop goes. He's coming up the hill now. I'm not sure whether.
Yeah, Hakon's in there, stopping as we speak, and
here comes Luke down the front straight. I think he's going to get him.
Yeah, well, Hakon's leaving now. We can see Luke coming around into turn 1. Hakon's just coming out. It's going to be close, but there we go. Hakon's now just come out in front of Luke Whitten, probably about 5 car lengths ahead of him. Hakon's pit stop was 11.2 seconds. Oh, as Luke's getting it all loose through the S's there, and Luke's was 8.8 seconds. So I was pretty right earlier when I thought Luke would come in on the back of these guys. He will, and but he's going to be probably about 5 car lengths off the front 3.
Yeah, it would appear so. But there are. Oh, look out! Oh no, Timothy's just tried to stuff it up the inside there, and Luke's managed to hold him out, but it slowed their run down, and it's giving Hakon a free kick that, so it's a bit silly by Jim.
Yeah, well, Luke doesn't want. Sorry, folks, he's pretty crook in there. He, I was going to say, he doesn't want to get into a fight here with Tim and Luke here, because it's going to slow them both up. As now we see Tim Gaukricher go past Luke. Luke will tuck back in there. Looking further up though, Fahim and Kane Halliburton, they continue around. 6 laps remaining. Hope they remember they have to make a pit stop here. We can see now Mick Watson, Sam Katakazinos, they're both coming in at the same time here to take their stop, and we'll see where they come out. But I'd say Luke, who's now on the main straight with Tim, will slingshot past both of these guys.
Yeah, I imagine they will. It remains to be seen what they can do, as opposed to what Fahim and Kane are doing out the front there. Hakon's last lap, well, it's 2:01 because of the pit stop, but I'm sure Luke's cursing Tim a bit there for that move on the last lap. Yeah. Anyway, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's costing them though. Costing both of them if they continue to battle here. Luke doesn't want to. He just wants to tuck in behind Tim and see if they can pull each other up on the back of Hakon. And of course Hakon's sitting in 3rd, and he has stopped, so these guys have to get on the back of him if they have any chance of catching Fahim and Kane. And here they both come in now. Fahim and Kane are coming in together, and this will be testing both their pit crews out here.
Certainly will. It's a battle of the pit crews. Just pop back and see where Hakon. Oh, he's still a long way off. I don't think Hakon's going to get to them.
Yeah, we'll see how long they stop for. They're coming in now. We can see another car just pulling out, but the pit crews go to work. We've got Kane Halliburton at the moment. 2nd, Fahim and his pit crew go to work, and we'll see who's going to pop out. They come out together. Fahim 9.2, Kane Halliburton 9.8, and here comes Hakon into turn 1, but he's not going to get them. They're going to have a good 6 to 8 car lengths on these guys.
Yeah, they've managed to jump ahead quite well there. They've done well out of the pit stops. Just one moment, Peter.
Yep. So poor. Yeah, that's dearie me. Sorry, folks, if you can hear poor Kevin there coughing himself silly, but he is very crook. And yeah, we could.
Thought I turned me mic off.
No, we could hear you coughing up a lung there.
Right, I got another one.
Can see now Mick Watson and Sam Katakazinos Sam's got a bit of a battle on here. He's got Timu Vascalampi all over the back of him, and this is for 7th and 8th position.
Yeah, Timu will have the angry pants on after that incident with Sammy in the first corner. I think he might. He's going to jump Sam here. Well and truly.
Yeah, and Timu will want to press forward, no doubt. Sam will just tuck in behind him. But let's jump back up to the front here, because Hakon Grebstad is now defending against Tim Gaukricher. Luke Whitten, he's dropped well off these guys, so not sure what's happened to Luke, but he's lost touch with both of them. And then, of course, up front, Kane Halliburton, Fahim, they are still going at it, and now 4 laps remaining. It's only these two down to who wishes to take the win, but if they do tangle up, Hakon is in a very good position to snatch it off them.
Yeah, if they start fighting too hard here, Hakon and Tim could sweep right in there and make it a 4-horse race without any doubt at all. I did pick Kane early on in the race, so we'll see how good I am.
Yeah. And we can just see further back there, Tim and Hakon are coming through now. Luke Whitten, as we said, has dropped off quite a distance off these two. He's got a bent front wing, so I'd have a feeling he's tangled with one of these guys.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be right, Bernie. Kane ran it wide coming onto the long straight there, but he's managed to pop it back into the pocket. He's he's going to make the move on Fahim here. But I don't think Fahim's going to let him go. They're fighting. No, he's pulled him, dropped him behind him, and discretion being the better part of Bella.
Yeah.
Tim's just put up his short field. So that's Tim gone.
Is that Tim Hendrickson or Tim Gaukricher?
Gaukricher.
Okay.
Short field Hakon. Sorry, mate. So no, that's a.
Yeah, I just need their full names so I know which Tim you're talking about.
There's too many of them, isn't there?
But that's allowing now Luke to close up, because no doubt Tim Gaukricher is going to go into fuel saving mode, or he's going to have to come back in. We're expecting, someone told us Alex had short filled as well, but if that's the case, there's quite a number of guys that are going to be stung by this, including, as we said, Tim Gaukricher, Luke Whitten possibly, Tim Hendrickson could also be affected, Mark Turner, Ashley Work, and Tim Awema. His stop must be lying, he can't be that short, 2.5 seconds.
Kane has managed to jump Fahim in the front here and opened a little bit of a gap. He's really got the hammer down now and pulled out all the stops. He's sliding it everywhere, but he's fast while he's doing it. Yeah,
and we can see now Fahim's getting the toe, and I tell you what, they're playing nice at the moment, but as each lap ticks by, that alliance is going to fall to pieces, especially in 1 lap time, because they're coming up to 2 laps to go here at Road Atlanta, and it's
Bernie, Luke's just put on a 2-for-1 to jump up into 3rd position. Now, can he hold it over the hill? I think he has. Great driving, Luke. There you got both Tim and Hakon on the one move there. Lovely bit of drive.
Yeah, we'll jump back and have a look at that. And what did he do? Get a slingshot. We can see him up the back of them and coming into 10A, 10B. So we'll have a look here. So yeah, he got a good slingshot, didn't he, down into 10A, and basically outbraked one, and just beautiful driving there around the outside.
That's it's Luke. I call his James Hunt driving. He certainly has a go when he has a go, and that was a lovely drive.
Yeah, so that brings Luke Whitten up to 3rd, but the battle is between these two up front, Kane Halliburton, Fahim Antonides, the 2 international drivers, and then we've got Luke Whitten, Hakon now, he's going to get a toe on Luke. So this battle is going to continue between these guys. And right now we'll see Hakon. He should jump out of this slipstream and have a crack here. And just waiting for him to do it. Not yet. He doesn't look like he wants to. It looks like he thinks that these two can still tow up on the front two leaders.
Or he could just be biding his time, Bernie. Because what's the point of jumping him now and I only got to do it again later? You sit here until the last lap and then have a crack.
Well, it is a last lap here now.
Oh, it is the last lap too, sorry. Paying attention there, mate. Just caught up in the racing too much. It's been outstanding.
Yes.
Oh, now it's the last, that was the penultimate lap though. Oh, Luke's drifted it in the turn, mate. God, it's beautiful how he does it.
So we can see now Kane is starting to defend against Fahim here. Fahim's closing up. He's starting to show he means business. And I reckon it's going to be on when they come up to the back straight here. And we'll see how they go. But we're riding with Fahim from the UK. And I think Kane's actually from the UK as well. So it's a battle between these two. And it's going to be interesting when they come into 10A, 10B as they both slide through, coming onto the back straight here.
Oh, Fahim's got a much better run through there. He's going to get in here. The question is, can Hakon get Luke? As I must say, every step of the podium's being hard fought for this time. Last lap through, here we go.
Yeah, so
Fahim's right on him. Here he goes.
Yeah, Fahim gets to the outside here. He slingshots past him into 10A, 10B. What's Kane going to do? He's thinking about it. I thought he was going to go on the inside. He's decided the outside. Is he going to try the undercut here as they come through 10A, 10B for the final time? It looks like Fahim's got his measure. Meanwhile, Hakon has got Luke, and we'll jump back to that very shortly, but the battle's up here. Fahim, Kane, side by side they go through. Fahim just snatches the win, and we've had
to get third.
No, we've had a coming together here with Hakon and Luke by the looks of it. We'll jump back and have a look at that.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah, we've just got the replay up now. We can see Hakon and Tim Gaukrich
Oh,
are there.
what's happened there?
Shush, I'm talking. You can see now Hakon on the inside. Oh. So what has happened here? Oh yeah, there's a bit of netcode by the looks of that.
That's what it looked like to me too, Bernie. It didn't look like just turned right straight into him. It's very strange.
Yeah, we'll have another look at that, because that to me, that looked like netcode to me. Well, actually,
that's a damn shame, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to jump on with Hakon here, and we'll go to super slow-mo, folks, and then we'll have a look at exactly what went on, but it definitely looked like netcode to me. I'll just have a look here. We can see Hakon turning in. Oh yeah, they collected, and the reason I think that was netcode is because basically Luke went through him, which normally is a big thing about netcode, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just looking at it from Luke's cockpit, and it just, like I said, looked like Hakon just turned right into him. So I'm not sure whether the netcode was between Luke and Hakon, or Hakon and Tim. It's sort of turned Tim around, turned Hakon around like that. It's a weird one. Yeah,
I think the netcode was between Hakon and Luke myself. You can see Sam Catacasinos came home in 8th position, but let's go through the final results here, and the viewers can see where their favourite driver finished tonight. But what a race. So let's have a look. So the win goes just, and I say just because it was very, very close, to Fahim Antonidis from the UK. He beats out Kane Halliburton, also from the UK. Tim Gaukrich from Australia comes home in 3rd, followed by Mick Watson in 4th. Timu Vaskalampi from Finland. He comes home in 5th. Then we've got Luke Witten in 6th, followed by Sam Katokazinos in 7th. 8th tonight was Tim Hendrickson from Benelux, and we had Hakon Grebstad from Scandinavia home in 9th. Home in 10th was Scott Newton, followed by Jared Marks in 11th, and rounding out your top 12 was Mick Gray.
And 13th we have Matt Hobbs, followed by Mark Turner in 14th. Russell Clark with a sore knee managed to 15th. Good effort, Russell. 16th was Gordon Ramsay. 17th Ashley Work. Roman in 18th. Aaron Jury 19th. Matthew Willett from the UK in 20th. Must have had an incident along the way.
Yeah, John Schultz from Australia comes home in 21st, followed by Mark Jeffrey. Alex McKellar down there in 23rd position. And 24th, Christian Asmay from Central Eastern Europe. Home in 25th was Les Peck, followed by Tim Awima. Then we had Darren Lesu home in 27th, with Anthony Moore finishing in 28th. Rick Davis, he finishes in 29th. Nathan Kong dropped 6 positions to come home in 30th. Sammy Toikala, he's the big shaker tonight, and dropped 30 positions to finish 31st, and that was after that incident he had with Timu Vaskalampi. Peter Goodwin, he comes home in 32nd. So the biggest shaker was Sammy Toikala. The biggest mover looks like it was Scott Newton tonight, and he drives for Apex Racing.
Yeah, fine effort. Good race all round, Bernie. Plenty of action and excitement. A shame for some drivers. A shame for Hakon and Luke there in the last lap, and Sammy's bit of bad luck there into turn 1. But apart from that, all round it was a pretty good race. Well done, guys.
Yeah, the standards was awesome, and it's great to see we're getting a lot of people from overseas joining us. It's a bit, it shows that this series is growing, and 32 cars, that's a pretty good turnout for a Sunday night Superskips race.
Yeah, it's an excellent result, Bernie. Excellent result, and like you say, some really good fast drivers turning up to the series, which is really good. All the better the better the drivers you get in there, the more it raises the standard of racing for everyone. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly right. And we had at least 6 drivers tonight with streaming as well. So if any of the viewers took advantage of that, I hope you enjoyed watching those guys present to you. And hope you've enjoyed our coverage as well. But looking at the week ahead, tomorrow night Alex McKellar will be back in the booth with me for the 9:15 p.m. Skip Barber Monday Night Lights, and that's the Australian Strength of Field race, and we've been getting a big turnout to that as well, and the racing will be just as good as it was tonight. So if you like your open wheeler action, come back and join us tomorrow night, 9:15 p.m. GMT plus 11. Then RRTV's back on Wednesday night, and that's for the Wankel Australia-New Zealand Championship. And then Thursday night we've got the NASCAR trucks taking to the circuit for the Thursday night Thunder. So check. It'll be either on iRacing Live if you're joining us there, or keep an eye on our Facebook page for that. But apart from that, Kevin, how would you like to sum up tonight's race before we go?
Yeah, great racing with everyone. A few unfortunate incidents for a few guys, but that's racing. That's what happens. A fantastic spectacle once again. A great track to race on, and a really, really good field of races. I'll look forward to being out there tomorrow night and having a crack at it.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll feel a bit better tomorrow night, Kevin.
Yeah, well, at least you won't have to put up with me coughing and spluttering all over the microphone, Bernie. Sorry about that, viewers. Just getting over a touch of the flu, and doing the best I can.
Yeah, you definitely are. I'm very appreciative that you turned up and did the gig tonight, even though you're feeling very under the weather. But no, it's been great having you up here once again, Kevin, and hopefully I'll see you on the track tomorrow night and see how you go on the Monday Night Lights.
Yeah, Bernie, if I get a half-a decent result, I'll pop up and have a chat to you in the commentary box. Unless Enzo spends half an hour in there.
yeah, definitely pop in. But until then, folks, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's coverage. It's a great way to end a weekend and start the Monday. If you have Monday blues, then you can wash them away tomorrow night with us with the Skip Barber Monday Night Lights. It's always a good way to start the work week. But until then, folks, my name's Bernie Weemers, and Kevin Henderson was with me as well tonight. And on behalf of both of us, we hope you have a great evening, what's left of it, and we hope to have your company again tomorrow night. Good night.
We out.